I know people shy away from zippers if they're not something they're comfortable doing. Well, on the Husqvarna Viking Designer EPIC 2, the zipper foot is included with this machine and you just use a straight stitch. Now this foot does look a little bit different than most of your feet in your accessory box. It is foot E, and that way you can see which way to put it on. So if that E is kind of backwards, you might be trying to put on the foot backwards, which I've also seen happen in our class. So why are there these three little prongs out the back side? It's because that this foot is designed to work with this machine's integrated dual feed. That's the part that gets pulled down on the back side of the machine to help with the feeding of the fabric. And since we've got a zipper and usually some different weight of fabric, that's not a bad gig to have that kind of help pull the fabric through. So if, as you look at this foot, you also notice you can attach it to the right side or the left side, and hence why there's pretty much a groove for each of the sides you're using for that integrated dual feed. So when you are working with a zipper and a piece of fabric, usually your first seam is to sew the zipper right side together with the edge of your fabric. So the idea is that your foot always sits to the side where the bulk is not. So you're going to be running right along the inside next to the teeth. So right now I know that I want to attach this foot on the left side. I'm still on a straight stitch. Look, I don't even have to change the needle position. I can if I want, but really if you're just on that stitch number 2, the center needle position, we're going to put the presser foot down once and twice. It pops up so I can move it around to where I need to start. So as you sew, you're just guiding the foot along the thickness of the teeth and stitch all the way down. I like extra long zippers. Did you see how long this zipper is? I am a fan. And then that way I don't have to worry about getting too close to the pulls or those little stoppers at the end. That's never a worry of mine. And then I usually just buy large zippers or long zippers. That way I don't even have to worry if I've got the right size. I always have the right size when it's plenty long enough. Now traditionally, this is where your pattern will guide you to press this flat, and then you're going to top stitch it. Now traditionally, I like to still keep my less amount of fabric on the inside of the machine and my extra fabric on the outside, which if I'm doing top stitching, that means that I need to be using the other side of the foot. So you will find that when you're doing a zipper, you'll be moving this foot from one side to the other. I mean, you can on this small item sew from the other side, but just so you can see that it's actually not hard to flip it around and again, top stitch this down. Now this would be a place, see how far away I am from the edge? Why not take the time now to actually move the needle a little closer to where the foot will be running next to the fold of the fabric. So that would be a good choice at this time to kind of roll right on through here. All right, so this is what it's going to look like. Traditionally, your pattern will have you sew the zipper onto one side of the fabric and then to the other. But you can control how close you are to that seam. Pressing it always makes a difference. Sometimes a few pins can help also. But as you can see by the way this foot works, having the IDT pulled down and engaged always makes for a nice smooth insertion of the zipper into the project you're putting it in.